The main event tonight was Lyra versus Shotzi for the NXT Women's Championship. We know that Shotzi suffered an injury in this match. She put out a statement on Instagram earlier today saying that she tore her ACL, which means she will be out of action for 9 months. She went on to thank people who have reached out to her, but she would go on to detail how this has made her angry and devastated, getting very personal, talking about the fact she didn't take time away from WWE when both her stepdad and her dad passed away. Now she's looking forward to coming back, not just physically stronger, but mentally also. With that being known prior to NXT tonight, it was very difficult to watch the main event, knowing the end result, knowing what was going to happen, because we know Shotzi loves NXT. She always goes back for Halloween Havoc. She's always happy to make cameos there, like tonight, having that match with Lyra. And to be fair, it's a real opportunity for her to highlight herself, as she mentioned in her statement. And when you see the spot, it's really heartbreaking because it's such a simple spot. It's her just jumping off the apron to deliver a face plant and, of course, tweaking the knee, what we now know is a torn ACL. 9 months Shotzi will be out. Obviously, our best wishes. Hopefully she recovers as quickly as possible, man. Hopefully she's okay. That just really, really sucked to see. Because Shotzi couldn't continue, though, we would get Lash Legend versus Lyra Valkyria as like a replacement main event. And it would see Lyra retain the NXT Women's Championship, a match that obviously showcased Lyra for a match that she didn't know was going to happen. This is things you might have missed from NXT. Make sure you leave a like on the video and, of course, subscribe to the channel if you are new. The North American Championship is what kicked off NXT this week. Lexis King versus Oba Femi, with Oba Femi being promoted as having under 10 matches as North American Champion. You know what? This dude's so impressive. The match was obviously about Oba Femi dominating Lexis King. It was under 10 minutes as well, but it's all it needed to be. It was basically a highlight match for Oba Femi, who would go on to retain the North American Championship, with the story being Robert Stone came out, distracted Lexis King, and that slight distraction is what allowed Oba Femi to get the upper hand. And I like this because of the run-in last week between Robert Stone and Lexis King. We're obviously setting up a feud there where we probably get Lexis and Von, Lexis and Robert. It kind of makes sense. The mystery vignette on NXT continued this week, and this one may be a little bit more revealing, as it would say, men deny their truth. I will be a mirror to it. We'd then get the intense sound of running as a mirror would smash. You can see broken glass flying away from the mirror here. Now, I can't see anything, obviously, inside the mirror itself, but this is something new. We haven't seen this before. I think the red light as well is interesting. A lot of people talking about the glass smashing, talking about shatter. Could it be related to Bray Wyatt, therefore Bo Dallas? Potentially. I mean, there's not a lot to go on here. There's not like a clue of who this person could be. There's also a lot of social media talk about Aleister Black, although I'm sure he's contracted to AEW. I mean, people are talking about Tama Tonga, people are talking about Okada. We just don't know. The next time WWE has content for you will be Thursday on YouTube and across social media. It's Thursday, 11 p.m. It is the press event for Elimination Chamber. A lot of people complaining about the time of this. Guys, it's the time difference because it's happening in Australia. You should know that by now, surely. Roxanne Perez defeated Wren Sinclair tonight by making her submit. I really like this direction for Roxanne Perez. This is heel, but it's heel for a reason, you know? It's Roxanne before the match talking about Wren, saying she's just like me. She's coming in with loads of dreams, etc. And then she realises that everything she wants gets given to main roster talent instead. I like the fact they're likening Wren to Roxanne, but at the same time, you're giving Roxanne a reason to be angry. She should be angry. She's there busting her ass off, and main roster talent get the opportunities, not her. But yep, once again, social media was all over Wren Sinclair's attire. What do you think about Wren's attires? Obviously, like with one leg missing. What do you think? Let me know in the comment section down below. Joe Gacy is still being held prisoner by Dijak, still wearing the straitjacket, but still defiant. Even though Dijak was told this is highly illegal, this is false imprisonment, etc., Dijak doesn't care. He said that Joe Gacy violated his law, and this is all about revenge for Dijak. But as you can see, Gacy still laughing, making sure that he's putting the smiley face on the glass between him and Dijak. This is great character development for him. Look at him, he's beaten up, and yet he's still laughing about it. He's being held prisoner with a straitjacket still on, and he's still laughing. I'm sure if you was just flicking through the TV channels tonight, you would have come across this and maybe even thought you was watching some kind of movie. This is the vibe they gave it, and that's why it was really cool. I like this, and I like what they're currently doing with Gacy and Dijak. Be interesting to see how this plays out. And let's not lie, guys. It was great to hear Humpty Dumpty used in wrestling. Who would have thought in the wildest dreams that would have ever happened, right? So let's be honest, okay? I really think NXT missed an opportunity here. They had a Valentine date between Thea Hale and Riley Osborne. Why didn't they show us it on TV? Like, you could have had Thea being awkward and stuff like that. It just seems like a very classic WWE vignette to do. Thea Hale would take the advice that Jayne gave her wrong, though, and mess up the date. But, of course, this will set up a match between Jayne and Ariana Grace. Lots to talk about here. Lots of people on Twitter wondering if this is like a new toxic attraction being built within Chase U by Jacy. I mean, potentially, but I don't think Thea Hale's going to be a part of it. Because after Jacy got the win, it was Wwe Nxt who would push Thea Hale out of the way to celebrate with Jacy. Thea just left there in the background, not very happy about all this. Very interesting development there. The men of Chase U, though, have got things going well tonight as they won a match against Axiom and Nathan Fraser, for me, potentially match of the night, in which they're now the #1 contenders for the NXT Tag Team Championships. It was going well until the good brothers, Gallows and Anderson, showed up and just dominated Chase U. Gallows and Anderson in NXT is really interesting. I did read a theory before making this video, and I really like it, that maybe they're on NXT simply because the mystery vignette person is going to eventually join up with them, especially if it's Tama Tonga, because this fit in NXT would go hard. Brothers fighting tonight as Briggs and Jensen would go one-on-one. Hard-hitting match for sure. Really fun though. Love that clothesline. It would be Josh Briggs who picks up the win. There was like a hug at the end as well. Commentary saying that brothers fight, but brothers also reunite. So what's next? Now, obviously that probably hints that we're going to get a reunion of sorts in the future between the two. It was a slam dunk choke slam by Lash Legend, which would allow her tonight to defeat Kalani Jordan. Now, genuinely, I think Kalani is someone you have to pay attention to. Her selling was beautiful. I really think with the right push, I really think she's someone who a lot of people are going to get behind very quickly. After losing the NXT Tag Team titles, Tony D'Angelo and the family are going to focus on what really matters. Next week, apparently Ridge Holland will apologise for his actions last week with a steel chair and Gallus. And it's been a while, but we took a trip to the barbershop. Not much new stuff was revealed, obviously, but what we got from this was Carmelo Hayes revealing he does want the NXT Championship. Lots of talking points this week, obviously pre-recorded, does take some of the stuff away because we know a lot of the stuff that's going to happen. So for me, 7 out of 10 seems fair. If you are new to the channel, hit the subscribe button, turn on notifications, let me know all your thoughts in the comment section down below. Like, share, and I'll catch you next time. Peace!